Hello, my name is Ann, and welcome to our Lifting Us Up in Liberty program. Now let's join our broadcast as Pastor Earl Wallace explains how the Bible applies to our personal and civic lives.
What are the characteristics of Christ's kingdom that is in but not of this world? In Luke 19:11-27, Jesus tells this parable of the stewardship mission Christ gives us. A nobleman went to a distant country to receive a kingdom for himself and then return. And he called 10 of his slaves and gave them 10 minas and said to them, "Do business with this until I come back." But his citizens hated him and sent a delegation after him, saying, "We do not want this man to reign over us." When he returned after receiving his kingdom, he ordered that these slaves to whom he had given the money be called to him so that he might know what business they had done. Christ goes on to tell us that he rewards those who were faithful with the very little thing he gave them by placing them in authority over multiple cities in what will be his millennial kingdom here on earth. Christ gives this parable as he approaches Jerusalem. The disciples and the great multitude with him regarded Christ as the Messiah, the temporal prince who delivered them from being dominated by the Romans. They expected he was entering Jerusalem to set up his kingdom. Christ addresses what his followers were thinking by explaining, before he assumes direct authority over his kingdom here on earth, he will go into the kingdom of heaven and then return here. Christ explains what happens on earth in the meantime is like that of a nobleman or ruler. He delegates to his servants property, in this case minas, he expects to be improved through their stewardship. True to what happens here on earth, the nobleman, Christ generally is rejected by rebellious citizens. Yet Christ's disciples nonetheless are expected to increase and multiply that which is stewarded to them. Christ rewards those who successfully carry out his wishes, and he takes from the unsuccessful ones and gives more to those who have proven to carry out the Master's will in this hostile environment the Bible calls the world. In Luke 19:20-27, Christ says, "Another came saying, 'Master, here is your mina, which I kept put away in a handkerchief.' Jesus replies, 'Then why did you not put my money in the bank, and I would have collected it with interest?' Jesus then orders that this mina is taken away and given to the one who has the 10 minas, for to everyone who has more shall be given, but from the one who does not have, even what he does have shall be taken away." The challenge for any would-be successful servants, such as us, is that we must do God's work God's way to prosper that which God stewards to us. Doing God's work God's way means, though we are in the world, we are operating as if we are of another one. Faithful stewards who are in but not of this world, who will be used of God, is the only hope of lost sinners who are also in this world. By being attentive to God's word and answering his call, we can be used to lift them up in liberty.
Thank you for listening. We hope you will join us in fulfilling 2 Chronicles 7:14 by repenting and turning to Christ so God saves your soul and heals our land. For more information about how the Bible applies to every aspect of our lives, including civics, visit us at libertycfchurch.org. Email us at office@libertycfchurch.org. Mail us at P.O. Box 235, Latham, New York 12110. Or call us at 518-545-7744. That's 518-545-7744.